The EPC light is on. My car's in limp mode.
When I was pulling it out, pieces were already breaking off.
I'm scared. But I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Oh, I don't know what it is. Hold on.
Wait, is that?
Looks a little destroyed.
Hold on. The oil. No, not like this.
Besides my bald tires. In today's video, I'm doing a maintenance slash drivability update on the Audi. So an oil change, I used to use the AutoZone stuff, so like a Castrol or the AutoZone, whatever it is. But I'm upgrading to liquid Moly, although it is like double the price. And a Mann filter, I got a magnetic drain plug.
And also, since I'm doing everything else, I'm doing engine flush and direct injection fuel system cleaner, because why not?
And then this tool, because if you change the oil on this car before, you know it gets a little messy without it. Then I'm doing a PCV update, a breather tube update, and these hoses are being upgraded because the old ones are cracked. The old ones leak oil, they're bad. Also, I accidentally ordered 2 of these seals, so I'm gonna put both of them on. It's gonna be double the seal. Then a N80 Purge Valve replacement because it's throwing a code and I think it's the purge valve. I don't know. It might do something, it might do nothing. Then an upgraded diverter valve. The old one has a faulty design, so this is the updated one, and it's supposed to help with like throttle response and whatnot related to the turbo. Next up, I'm doing a cam follower replacement kit because on this car, they're known to just blow up and you gotta do it every like 30,000 miles. Then finally, the valve cover gasket. They tend to leak oil around the valve cover, so I'm putting a replacement on there because mine does leak. So it has a bit of a rough idle whenever you start it up. Like it just feels a bit shaky, feels wonky, and the throttle response isn't great.
But I'm gonna go ahead and get started with putting the fuel system cleaner in there, and I'm gonna get it filled up.
I just put the DIJectron fuel cleaner in. I'm gonna see if it blows up the car. Shit. Okay, so this is bad. I got back from the gas station after I put the fuel injector cleaner in there, and now the EPC light is on, which means something with the throttle system. It better be cleaning super well. Also, it now has a very rough idle. It's bad. This is not good. I'm gonna drive around and burn through some gas, see if I can get this to go away. I've read it might take a tank or 2 before that's gonna happen. Okay, so currently driving. It is 100% in limp mode. I'm just gonna drive around, burn some more gas because this is unbelievable. I can't believe I put fuel cleaner and now my car's in limp mode. All right, so update. The car did not blow up. It actually starts and idles fine now. No more EPC light. However, I put some miles on it in order to get that fuel out. It runs a little smoother now after the cleaner. Yes, I did drive it like 200 miles in limp mode. I went down to the beach and then came back. I put like 1/3 of the tank in there and then voila, it's fine. So now that I'm not freaking out about that, I'm gonna go ahead with the rest of the modifications that I was supposed to do. All right, so we got it on ramps. Time to actually put the parts on after the whole fuel system fiasco.
There's links in the description for everything I bought, as well as links to the tutorial videos that I watched because I'm not a mechanic. I started with the cam follower, and the old one, it didn't look too bad. I think someone else must have changed it somewhat recently. Then I put on the new N80 valve, the PCV valve, and its upgraded top hose, and those were easy to do. But I didn't realize how hard it would be to put the bottom upgraded hose on. The new ones are way thicker than the old ones, and it would have to fit through all that mess. If I were to try getting the bottom part on, through all the mess, onto the port that's way deep inside there, and putting the clamp on there, and trying to tighten the clamp, like I'm just dropping a match in the gas tank, to be honest. So, since the original bottom PCV hose didn't have any visible cracks, I decided to just leave it and use the 2 clamps that came with the upgraded one to replace the old clamps that were on the breather tube. So for putting on the new breather tube, it was a pain in the ass because of the angle you got to put the bolts in. It's just ridiculous. But it turns out the check valve in my old breather tube, it went bad. and it was shooting loads of oil into the turbo. If you're planning to replace yours, definitely buy replacements for the 2 bolts that hold it to the back of the turbo, because mine were partially stripped. If you're trying to get them out, you'll probably strip them more like I did. Next, I replaced the diverter valve, and it was so damn hard to get a wrench to fit up that bitch. I was taking shit and throwing my tools across the yard just to find out that somebody had already put the exact part that I bought on there. So I wasted my time and like 80 bucks. And I wasn't gonna throw the old one back on and return the new one just because I don't care that much. So I just put the newer one on. Finally, for the last new part, I started with putting the new valve cover gasket on, and I had no clue how much I needed it. The old gasket had completely failed. It was completely shot, baked, and was leaking oil everywhere. The engine bay, the damn plugs and wires, on everything. When I was pulling it out, pieces were already breaking off. I literally felt like I was crushing brownie brittle in my hands. So this is the block all cleaned up after getting rid of the oil leakage, and the valve cover with the new gasket in there, it went back on without any problems.
All the parts are on. Time for the moment of truth to start it up. God. Okay, I know I shouldn't be scared, but I'm terrified. My only concern is that I disconnected the fuel lines and some gasoline came out and it lost vacuum pressure, so it might take a bit to crank. I'm scared. But I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Oh. We're good. It did not even hesitate to start up, which is surprising. We'll see what happens. It smells a little funky. Oh, something's burning off. I don't know what it is. Hold on. I mean, it's on the back of the turbo. I mean, it has been sitting out here for 2 days. Maybe it's from whatever that leak is. Maybe just stuff gotta burn off, you know how it is. It looks like the smoke is mostly gone. So yeah, something just burned off and I was just tweaking for no reason. That's a success. Now, time to change the oil. For the oil change, I'm using a drain tube for the housing, which I've never used before. Magnetic oil plug, Mann filter. I'm gonna use some engine flush before, and then liquid moly. I'm changing from canola oil to liquid moly.
Get it to operating temperature, shut it off, put the engine flush in there, and idle it for about 25 minutes. Now the oil is blacker than before. It's supposed to remove sludge and lacquer and deposits and shit.
Okay, so whenever it comes to taking the filter off, this little piece is a lifesaver. It's a tube, right? Goes up, connects to it. Oh, it looks like it's leaking a little bit. This makes the oil housing thing a whole lot less messy. And it's got a clamp on the end, so then I can aim it here and then let it all drain out. And now whenever I need to get my filter off, I can reach through here and I can just unscrew my housing drain and then pull my housing up through here without having to go under the car and get all oily. It is black. Looks a little destroyed. The last time I changed it was only about 4,500 miles ago. I guess doing the engine flush really flushed some stuff through it. Always pre-oil your filter, especially if it's in a big ass housing like this. Dude, this thing has a spout. Exactly where I wanted it. All right, so the oil change is done, and now I'm gonna start it up, and I'm gonna see if it blows up or not. It should be fine though. All right, moment of truth. All right, it seems like we're running smooth, so now I'm just gonna clean it up because I wanna be able to watch and see if it leaks oil in any other places. So I've got a bucket with just Dawn dish soap and hot water, and then just hot water. I'm just going to take the Dawn, rub off wherever. I'm gonna avoid the alternator, avoid, you know, fuse box. Basically, I'm gonna scrub out the engine. I'm gonna get the old oil out. I'm gonna avoid the alternator. So it's been cooled down, here we go. All right, so the engine bay is cleaned up. I didn't ultra clean it. I cleaned it enough to where I'd be able to tell if it leaks again, like from the gasket. I also cleaned up some up here, some there, some, you know, basic cleanup. Now I'm gonna drive it some more and test if it gets any leaks after. I'm gonna do some pulls, see if it feels any different, see if I get any codes, and yeah. All right, so I'm cruising right now. I can already tell you, it is running better. It's happier to accelerate. It's happier to idle. But yeah, it seems like a success so far. I don't have to worry about maintenance for a while, besides my bald tires. And yeah. All right, so that's it for this video. The car has been maintained. No, unfortunately, you won't get any girls with this car, even though it has the Batman thing. anyways, if you want to see more, there's a couple other things that need to be fixed. There's actually a few other things that need to be fixed. So if you like the video, like it. If you don't, dislike it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. Okay, bye.